What's going on, guys? Hey, I just got a new pump, and today I am going to do a video on switching a pump on a belt drive machine. I am going from a 3.8 over to a 5.5. I'm feeling very thankful to be able to upgrade for this season, so I'm really excited to go over to the 5.5. So I'm going to do almost a complete breakdown of switching out the pump and all that other fun stuff. So here's the old pump, the 3.8. Here's the new one, and it's the 5.5. I can't believe the difference in size between the two. It makes me think this one has a bunch of wasted steel, but what do I know? Before I take the pump off, I am going to look at this pump to see what I want to keep off of it. So I got another VRT3 unloader that came with this pump, but this one is still good. So since this one is also the VRT3 and it's already got everything connected to it, I'm just going to take that all off before I dismantle the pump. But first I am going to start off by removing the belt cover. Alright, I got the cover off. I am inspecting the belt. All the teeth look pretty good. Don't see no shavings on the cover or down here, but there is just a little bit more play than what I think there should be. I think there's supposed to be like 1/4 inch. There's maybe about 1/2 inch. Looks like the next thing I'm going to have to do is remove these 2 bolts. It looks like this collar will come off, and then that pulley will come off. But before I do that, I should probably actually find the belt tensioner adjustment, which I think is right there, and loosen the belt. And I'm gonna have to take these and get them matched up so I can get some spares. Looks like there's 2 of them. Alright, that bolt underneath did not adjust the tension like I thought it was going to, so I am just going to have to undo the mounting bolts down here. I went ahead and cut the bypass line because I'm not going to be reusing that because it's going to have to be ran to a tank. I am not going to be reusing that. I am just going to get a nipple for non-collapse hose to go to. So the only thing I'm going to be taking off is the unloader. Alright, I got the pulleys off. Probably would be best with a pulley puller, but mine was too thick, so I just put a hammer there and lightly, very lightly tapped to get it off. I started to unbolt the pump and realized, wait, once the pump's loose, I won't, these are so tight on that key shaft there. That's why it's so important to put anti-seize on these. It was pretty stuck on there, but a few light taps and it came loose. I already got the unloader off. I started to unbolt it. I got 1 bolt loose. Something you want to keep in mind, because top of the bolts is here. Bottom sides down there. You want to make sure your fuel is off on the machine, because when you tilt it, you don't want fuel going into your your filter or anything like that, or start leaking on the ground. So once I get that unbolted, we'll start reassembling. So in a sense, that where that bolt was running through is the belt adjustment. It's just to adjust the belt, you have to undo the 4 bolts holding the pump on. And I got that brick holding there because the engine's so top heavy, it flips over. But the new bracket does not have the hole for that belt tensioner. So I am hoping I can unbolt this one from that bracket and put it on this bracket. Because also the other problem is these holes do not line up with any of the holes on the base, which wouldn't be a big deal to have to drill new holes in it. But I'd rather do it in this, so I have my slack adjuster, and this will fit on there much better. So that is what I'm going to do next, is swap these plates around, and then we'll work on putting it all back together. So it was not an exact fit. I had to drill this hole right here. And now this side fits. This side's just a little off. It looks like somebody maybe drilled that hole once before, but I don't know. It looks like it'll work. So I'm gonna work on attaching the pump to this plate and then putting it back on the machine. Good morning, guys. I ran out of time last night. Ended up losing the nut for the belt tensioner that goes under the pump. Ended up tearing down the whole garage trying to find it, and couldn't find it. So I went through my spare nut and washer bin, and I found one. So by the time I did that, it was late. The wife and daughter got home. So I am going to do the installing the pump in a separate video, just because I'd hate for it to be too long of a video, and there's a lot more that goes into installing the pump, just because you want to make sure certain things are right, just so you don't prematurely wear out the belt. So I appreciate you guys watching, and follow for part 2. That should be out hopefully by the end of the weekend. It shouldn't take too long. Taking off the pump was pretty easy, and then we'll do a separate video for installing the unloader probably. So thanks.